video showing you how to start designing your second design for the marine engineering class. I'm looking for a little bit more complexity, a 6-panel build, and I'm looking for a different design. You start with your same one and add some complexity to it, though. That's okay as well. All right, so we're going to start with a block. You do not need to make yours the exact same size as mine, but I'm going to start from a plane and click on a location and make a size. Okay, so this size is going to be, let's do something that is 12 feet long this time, maybe like a motorboat or a small rowboat. Width, we're going to do maybe 4 feet, and a height above a height of about 2 feet, something like that. All right, you can use the home button up here to help you find what the whole shape looks like. And there's our block we're starting with to carve out this boat with. I'm going to save my file in my in a good location for me. I'm in my team right now. That's all right. I'll call this design example 2. Make sure you save your file. I'll just leave it there. I'm going to delete it. Okay. Then I'm going to start to carve this boat out here. So we're doing something a little bit more complicated with a couple more planes this time. So if you go from to Create and the Create Form menu, this gets you to the T-spline modeling, which is basically where you can bend things more easily. Then we're going to grab a plane to start with. You can also go to Create Plane if it's not on the top of your toolbar. And then click on one of the sides of your boat. And I'm going to draw a plane that's a little bit bigger. Oh, that's a center rectangle. We have to switch to a 2-point rectangle. And it might be easier if you look at it from the side and go this size, a little bit bigger than the side of your boat. I want only vertical lines, not horizontal. So I'm going to try 1 length face and 4 width faces. I'm just going to keep it simple and do 2 though for this one. Alright, I'm going to do another plane to bend as well, and this one's going to be at a slight angle. I'm going to go to Create Plane on the bottom of this design now, and I'm going to do a 2-point rectangle again. I'm going to look at it directly from the bottom and make it a little bit bigger than half of the inside, half of the bottom here, like so. And I'm again going to do length faces 1, width faces 2, but if you want to, you could do 4 and any number of variability on the bottom. All right, these planes need to be rotated a little bit in order to make sense for a boat shape. So I'm going to go to M for Move Copy or Modify Move Copy, shortcut M. I'm going to grab this shape here, and I'm going to rotate it out maybe 10 degrees here. That's a free move. You can also use rotate and then rotate around an axis, but I just use the free move button normally. Okay. M for move copy. I'm going to move this bottom one as well, and I'm going to rotate this inward a little bit, maybe 10 degrees to get a nice curve on the bottom of this boat. Click OK. Now you get to adapt the form a little bit. I'm going to get a good side view that I can see pretty easily here. I'm going to grab my Modify Edit Form tool. I'm going to grab the front edge of this and pull it across the center line, or what I think the center line might be. And I'm going to pull in the back just a little bit. Oops. Grabbing that arrow. And then looks like I lost some of the middle there. I'm just going to call that OK, though. Then I'm going to grab this bottom plane and pull it up a little bit. And in the back, pull it up slightly, maybe just a couple inches in the back, 3 inches or something like that. This is not intersecting the bottom quite the way I want to, but that's okay for now. All you need to do is have a few planes that intersect each other here, and then click OK and finish form. I'm going to split this body after I copy these planes to the other side. So I'm going to go to Construct Midplane between the 2 sides of my boat. That gives me this yellow plane in the middle. And then I'm going to go to Create Mirror to copy this plane and this plane over my center mirror plane. And OK. All of these crazy shapes are going to intersect to make something interesting now. And the way we do that is go to Modify Split Body, and you have to split the body several times. I'm going to cut it using this plane, and OK. And then I can go again, Split Body, cut this, using that, OK. And then I can split body and cut this using this. And then I can split body again and cut this using this. And that's all 4 planes that I designed. Then all you need to do is hide the features you don't want in your bodies menu. Should be a lot of stuff in here now. Usually body 1's the one that you keep, but we can see what shows up when you start turning things off. And that looks like it worked pretty well. We've got some interesting curves on the bottom, and we've got some interesting curves on the side. And that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 panels on it, so that would easily qualify for this assignment. All right, I'm going to turn off that construction plane too and show you the next step. So this assignment is also asking you to analyze this a little bit. We can analyze it by constructing an offset plane from the origin upward to get how much buoyancy this has at one point. Oops, let me see if I can go up 5 inches. And I'm going to say, OK. You can choose any height for this. Once I've got that plane there, I'm going to split this body using that plane. And click OK. Then I'm going to change the part below the water line to water, which is that body 10. No, it looks like for me it's body 1. I'm going to right click and go to Physical Material. It'll take a second to load. And then eventually I'll see this. I can go to Liquid and Water. And then if I change my units to feet, I can figure out how many pounds it would float. And then by measuring body 1 and going to Properties, I see that that will float 534 pounds, or maybe 2, 3, or 4 people, just when it's floated to that height. So I'd screenshot this. Screenshot that and put it in your assignment. And then also we're going to get a center of mass. So I'm actually going to go back in time a little bit, get rid of my split body, and now find a center of mass by going to Inspect, Center of Mass, and click on the body. And the center of mass is most meaningful from certain perspectives. So if I click on front, there's the view from the front where the center of mass is. I'm going to look at the, I would take a screenshot of that. I'd also take a screenshot of the center of mass from the actual front there, and then a screenshot of the center of mass from the top to know where the center of this body is. All right. We'll use those more precisely later. So include all of those screenshots in your second boat design, including a couple of shots that show me the different panels that you've got modeled in here. And you can design something totally different if you want to. It does not need to look at all like this, but this is one example that would work.